Hello, rail fans, and welcome to the Pine Creek Locomotive Works. I'm your host, Andy, and welcome to the Lakeshore Railroad Museum in Northeast Pennsylvania. That's the name of the town, not the location in Pennsylvania. Look at this, old Little Joe, as they call them. Short for Little Joe Stallings engine. Built by General Electric in the 50s. And then, when the Cold War came around, the U.S. government said that they couldn't be shipped to the USSR. So, a few other railroads, including the South Shore, purchased them. 5 went to Brazil, 3 to the South Shore, and the remaining 12 to the Milwaukee. Cool find, cool find. That big old signal tower there, that is cool. There's a little locomotive over here of some sort or another. Let's have a look-see, shall we? An electric shunt locomotive. You can read that if you like. I assume that was built for steel production. I cannot say for sure. I will read that later. Check out the old signal tower. This is cool. Over here we have an old reefer car. Who knows what all that carried at one time. Heavyweight business car. Central Park. Very nice, very nice. Looks like it's in need of some work. Old Chicago, Burlington, and Quincy Railway Express Agency baggage car. That's neat. Another heavyweight. There's some little miniature tracks in front of it. How quaint. This is cool. Railway Express Agency. That was a company started way back, I want to say it was 1918. The REA started. And what they did was they used existing railroad property to carry freight across the United States. Behind that reefer there, you can see there's a few more reefers. What have we got here but a heavy-duty flat car? Tri-axle trucks on it. A couple of cut bars. And what do I spy but a locomotive power plant? That's neat. That is very neat. Old Pittsburgh and Shawmut caboose over here as well. Huh. Very neat indeed. Signal box of some sort, it would appear. Oh, would you look at that? The Central Park has an accompanying car to go with it. And a cool old signal. There's a locomotive all the way up there. You can check that out in a minute. This museum, it happens to be right next to 2 main lines, one of CSX and one of Norfolk Southern. Actually, an NS trailer train just went by shortly before I started filming. Let's see if there's anything coming out, shall we? Nothing that way. Nothing that way. Over this way we shall go. And now we're back over here at this passenger train with these beautiful heavyweights. Oh, oh no, it has 3 axles, okay. For a second I thought that car only had 2 axles on it. Oh, it's a typically Pennsylvania thing to do with the heavyweights. Most of the railroads didn't have that. Check out this. What, Pacific Fruit Express probably? Old-timey, old-timey. So it says here. Can't read it very well, it's all rusted off. Whatever that said at one time. Union Tank Car Company. Small little thing compared to what you see today. Check out that. That's neat. And this thing, well, I'm just not even sure what it is. That's a locomotive, obviously. But exactly what, I don't know. It's clearly a single cab, or center cab switcher. Can't even get the whole thing in one shot, it's so big. See if I can find anything about that. Just wanted to mention that this old stopper here is very cool. You can see how they attached it to the rails. And it just hits right where the coupler is on this old reefer. Very neat, very neat. As I mentioned in the beginning of the video, Northeast is the name of the town where the station is. Conrail transfer caboose over here. I spy a GE center cab. 40 tonner? 45? Somewhere in there. They look small on Ozark Mountain Rail Car. There's one for sale. It looks a lot smaller until you get up next to it. And then you realize that it's just as big as any other train. Big old thing. Oh, there's boarded up. Must be broke. Hello. So before we go check out those other little engines, I found this neat little car for it to go behind a speeder from the Erie Lackawanna. Neat little thing. All kinds of fancy pants stuff on it. This old station building is cool. Too bad you can't go in it because of COVID. I believe I hear a train coming over here. Even if not, there's some cool Great Northern cars there. Perhaps not. Anyway, yeah. Old Empire Builder cars. These are neat indeed. Here we are on the other side. Many a switch stand around the place. Many a switch stand. 1251. Great Northern Empire Builder. Lake Wenatchee. I'd like to ride the Empire Builder. Obviously, Great Northern doesn't run anymore, but Amtrak runs them now. That'd be cool. CB&Q. Oh, this is when Burlington owned the route. Empire Builder again. 1273. Pend O'Reilly River. I probably butchered that. My apologies. Machinery. What an odd contraption. Just a crew transporter, perhaps? Can't say I've ever seen one of these before. Very neat, though. Very neat indeed. Couple more old cars here in rough shape. Do I spy a fireless locomotive? I believe I do. Old stainless steel coach here amidst the garbage. And an old speeder car. Well, not a speeder, but like a trailer for a speeder. This old stainless is cool. The blue on the stainless, I wonder if that's ex-Reading. Old wooden caboose back here. Can't get a very good view of. Have to go around. Okay, day 2 of being at the museum. This is where we left off yesterday with this old caboose. My camera got goofed up and quit working last time we were here, so we'll try this again. Here's this old fireless steam locomotive. Very interesting. These were, instead of having their own firebox, they were supplied by a boiler in the yard that would just put steam into them. And then they just used that steam to power the cylinders instead of producing their own. Very neat machines. The Illuminating Company, number 6. This little box cab here is pretty neat. Don't see a lot of those. And this little Whitcomb switcher up here. Small little 4-wheeled engine. Sand dome on top there. This is a nice little engine. Wouldn't mind having a model of one of them. And over here is that old wooden caboose. Hard to tell how old that thing is. Quite. Early 1900s, maybe late 1800s. I'd say, yeah, it might be late 1800s, like 1890s. I don't know. That's cool. So switching this old Pullman over here. This is neat. This old freight depot with the old reefers. That's cool. That probably old Pullman sleeper car. Lake Terrell. That's neat. Our small little four-wheeled switcher over here. A Plymouth. Interesting. Nuclear division. Radiation. Some sort of an old car here that doesn't have much left of it. This little open cab four-wheel switcher here. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but it's here. CSX U36B. Fortunately, it would appear that some of the windows have been broken since the last time I was here, 2 days ago. That's unfortunate. CSX Police Rapid Response Team. Ha! That's a laugh. Here's an old New York Central U25B. Number 2500. Neat to see all this old stuff is still here. That's cool. Then we've got a Norfolk Southern Dash 8. Dash 8 Dash 32B, number 3563, Norfolk Southern. Well, ex Norfolk Southern, I suppose. None of the other windows on these other engines have been broken, so that is a good sign. And then, chassis system, CNO number 8272, a B30-7. That's cool. Some neat little engines over here. Just thought I would look at real quick. Apologies if you can hear the wind noise, it's a little annoying today. Lakeshore Railway Historical Society, number 1950. What is this? 35500. I'm not sure what that is. It's an old center cab. GE, maybe? I don't know. I'm not sure. Very cool. And thus, that brings us back to the station and the old center cab over here. And so that's about it. That is the Lakeshore Railway Museum. Bada bing, bada boom. We are done. And the last thing that the museum has to offer is this beautiful miniature steam engine in here. Can't see much of it because you can't go in the station right now. But it's in there. The story behind it is that when I was talking to the gentleman that was here the day before yesterday, the story behind this engine is that its builder was only 17 when he went off to World War II. And when he came back, he wanted to become an engineer, but found out that he was colorblind, and so he couldn't be an engineer for the railroad. And he had prior experience in machining, and so his friend worked for the New York Central and got him the exact diagrams for this locomotive, and so he built a scale model of it to run in his backyard, and it was later donated to the museum. And so that's it. The Lakeshore Railway Museum in Northeast Pennsylvania. Well, technically Northwest Pennsylvania, but the town is called Northeast. And that's all. And thus we have concluded our tour of the Lakeshore Railway Museum. Unfortunately, it would seem that no trains are going to come by right now. So, I will leave you here. Thank you for visiting the Pine Creek Locomotive Works.